It's rather rare that I stick a forewarning onto one of my reviews, but I feel it's necessary in this case. I was completely unable to separate my personal distaste for the type of game an Earthly Inheritance is from its merits as a project. As such, I suggest taking this review with a grain of salt, since it's mostly going to be highly tainted by my subjective opinion, and largely devoid of anything close to objectivity. An Earthly Inheritance was created by Deltry as an entry in the Golden Age of Game Making event, being hosted by RPGmaker.net in celebration of the official release of RPG Maker 2000. Though I'll be upfront in admitting that I don't care much for this game, if you can even call it that. In my opinion, An Earthly Inheritance feels less like a game and much more like a choose-your-own-adventure story. I suppose you could call the ability to make your own decisions gameplay, but it feels no more interactive than following one of the many branching paths in an interactive story on writing.com. The story of An Earthly Inheritance tries to be a comedy, but many of the jokes it makes about classic RPGs and even RPG Maker games fall a bit flat since the jokes are almost as old as I am. While this wouldn't be a problem in and of itself, once the game sets the stage by subverting the opening, the game never really catches the player off guard again. And you'd only catch a player off guard with the opening if they were an idiot like myself and didn't read the game's summary page before they downloaded and played the game. Though I will give the game some credit for including multiple endings, though the best ending by far has to be telling the chosen hero to piss off and die. As I mentioned previously, An Earthly Inheritance offers little in terms of anything that can be construed as gameplay. As you advance through the narrative, you'll be presented with dialogue options. Your responses will then determine what ending you'll get at the end of the story. Though if you take a more middle-of-the-road path to your responses, then you can actively choose which ending will occur. Though what really hinders An Earthly Inheritance, at least when I played through it, was the long pauses between dialogue boxes. While this project has been updated since my Let's Play to address this issue, since it was pointed out by several other reviewers already, I haven't actually played through the current version of An Earthly Inheritance to confirm the veracity of this claim by the developer. Though I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, since I'm unwilling to take another look at this project. Outside of making decisions, the game does include a few turn-based battles, but those matches are almost entirely pointless in my opinion. While they do offer the developer a chance to make a few jokes about random encounters, they largely seem to serve as padding. I just don't see the point of having battles that last for more than a round in An Earthly Inheritance, since it places no emphasis on combat. On the graphical side of things, An Earthly Inheritance is rather average. The only real issue I can take with the mapping is that a few of the areas feel a bit on the vacant side of things. The final boss room is probably one of the best examples of this problem. Outside of that, An Earthly Inheritance features RTP enemies and sprites, which is probably to be expected considering it was thrown together in a matter of days. On the sound side of things, An Earthly Inheritance is entirely RTP to my knowledge. Though the music is utilized well to try and build up emotion for a few of the scenes, but my own distaste for the nature of this project prevents it from being effective in my case. Despite my low opinion of An Earthly Inheritance, it probably isn't that bad of a title if you're looking for a break from the usual staple of games about cutting down the forces of darkness. But if you're a fanboy for such games, or have little respect for visual novels or choose-your-own-adventure stories, then I suggest staying away from this title since it will only frustrate you.